when you're talking about individual caseworkers who are required to come out of a college, many times with a master's degree, starting out at a starting salary of $32,000, that face issues of now complex medical issues, caseloads that are increased beyond capacity, and student loans to repay, criminal liability in some cases, and the high stress level of the job. There is a difficult time finding qualified professionals to be able to continue to operate in the area of the casework for children and youth services. In Dauphin County, we've got significant challenges making sure that we are meeting the increased demand that is occurring as a result of the Child Protection Service legislation. And there are issues when we talk about training. It's almost 5 months until you're able to get a new caseworker certified, the background clearances that are needed, and to be able to assign them their first case. So it's not like when turnover occurs, it's a really easy solution. And quite frankly, there's a statewide discussion that I've been asked to be a part of that's taking a look at starting salaries for these professionals, the high rate of turnover and vacancy rate, and the inability for us to fill these positions in a timely manner that allows for us to meet the demand that has been placed through the new Child Protection Service legislation. We always want to figure out ways to find error. We also need to understand what some of these significant issues are that we face related to filling these positions and the record number of people, not just in Dauphin County, but take a look statewide of folks that are leaving this profession in record numbers. So we've had a discussion about it statewide, and we certainly are facing those concerns here in Dauphin County. It's probably one of the highest stress and most important jobs we can do in any level of county government is the protection of our children. But the ability for us to have folks who now face significant exposure criminally, face very low salaries, have to face repayment of student loans, and people who get in this field have a higher commitment than just salary beyond themselves. But when they start to take a look at what this means to their family and what it means related to their future, the idea of trying to recruit, retain, and keep employees in a job that is exceedingly more stressful, more demanding with higher caseloads has been a significant challenge, not only here in Dauphin County, but statewide. We've been examining proposals that are, from a statewide perspective, trying to get a larger reimbursement rate for individuals who are going to be needed as a result of the increase in demand and calls. I think the numbers that I saw for the month of May were somewhere around, we had 140 GPS calls, and I think our numbers were over 450 with GPS calls for 1 month. Caseload minimums are 30. We've got individuals that are exceeding that, and again, a staff complement that continues to be strained with vacancies. So I know, we want to be very clear that there's another side to this issue, one that we are trying to work through, but one that doesn't have any easy answers. And the idea of recruiting, working with colleges, working with HAC, Temple here downtown, and to find individuals who want to move into this career, understanding the exposure, the stress level. And again, I've talked to my friends in Allegheny, Luzerne, Northumberland, York County. There are folks leaving this profession in record numbers. They're burnt out. The stress level's high, their exposure is high, and quite frankly, it's becoming more and more of a challenging job based upon complex medical issues. These folks aren't doctors. The idea of contracting with folks to be able to talk to them about these complex medical issues is also critically important. So I believe that we've talked about exceeding our last year amount from our budget by about $1.5 million, which is significant. And I expect that we have to have some real dialogue with the state with these changes to be able to ensure that we've got quality people, individuals who are willing to serve in this capacity, and the ability not just to point fingers, but to also provide a level of support to be able to allow them to do it, the most critical function of the job here in county government. So while we present a budget today, I think it's also important to know that when you take a look, we should be taking a look at this